Good morning, traders. So how do we trade the Aussie today? So I have these three levels at the downside, which are pretty much off my 4-hour chart. I'll show you that now. But I think what I want to point out here is that we have had you can call it a wedge break. Okay, we've had a wedge break to the downside. And what we would expect is this leg here to be duplicated. So we would expect this kind of price action here. So we would expect this bottom level to be tagged. Okay, so before we just have a look at what we can see on the weekly, and you can see we have this massive engulfing candle on the weekly off the 20 moving average as well. So, jury's out for me at the moment whether we are going to find support at this level or whether we are frantically trying to break through this level to the downside. Okay, so let's just get down to levels we can trade. So if we want to look at the 4-hour quickly just to get our levels. So you can see we have a breakout here. So this breakout, which is a tail basically, has not been tested. We've just fell short of that. So I would expect this area to be tagged today. And looking further to the left, you'll see there's an inside tail there. There's a tail there. So those are my levels. And if I scroll even further, you'll see how it lines up with a lot of price action to the left. Okay, so I'll bring it down. So this is kind of the situation that we have at the moment. So let's just get down to actually I just want to start with the 12 minutes so we can just do a quick review of yesterday. So just to show you how important it is to watch that first half hour of trading. So first things first, you can see that was the low created in the first half hour, okay, before the market opened. And the next thing that you see here is that we have a breakout retest. It's going to zoom in quickly for you. So you can see these two candles here. You can see how this level was the level that the buyers were coming in on. You can see the tail here indicated there were buyers coming in on this level and they were pushing price to the upside. Now, we can scroll to the left and you'll see you will find some kind of price action in that zone. You can see there's a lot of all these tails are indicating that there were buyers stepping in here trying to push the price up. Okay, so let's zoom out so we've got a bigger picture. So there were two trades here. So the first one was the break of this this breakout retest. So you can see this was the level, and the minute we broke through that, and you could have taken that off for 6 minutes. You could have actually just taken it. You could have taken it off this bar, or a break off here. So any break below this level is basically an opportunity to sell. And the reason being is that you are below the 20 moving average, you're below the 200, so trend is down. And you can see how we sold off. Okay, came to the bottom of the wedge or close to the bottom of the wedge before buying. So that was your first trade. The second trade, which is the one that was probably the most probable, was this one here. Okay, so we have a breakout. You see our price broke below this level, down. You would expect a retest. There's a retest. Two retests in play here. So the first one is a level retest, and the second one is the 20 moving average. So you can see this gap down broke the 20 moving average, and this tested the break of the 20 moving average. So your entry would have been below this pin bar, stop above the pin bar, and if you'd taken that trade within pretty much an hour, you would have been able to bank close to 1,200 points. Okay, so, and you can see how we stayed below the 20 moving average. So for me, this was a perfect trade. Unlike a day before where it was, I suppose, 300 points down, 300 points up at 600 points versus 1,500 points. But anyway, I would expect today for some consolidation. I don't really expect us to move much more to the downside, but we should find some support on one of these levels, and those levels are going to be 49,490, 49,200, and 48,760. So if we do move to the downside, that's what I would expect. Okay, so what are we looking for here? We're looking for, let's get rid of the noise. We're looking for price action to tell us that things are changing. Okay, so I suppose I shouldn't have got rid of those bottom levels. Let's just put them back in. Okay, and this one. Right. So we're looking for price to find support at one of these levels for a trade to the upside. Okay. Now, I'm kind of the opinion that the rapid fall yesterday is a bit of a how do I put it? It's basically traders that are taking advantage of the Tencent and NASPAS relationship. So a bit of panic selling. But if I look at where Tencent is at the moment, Tencent is down, and a lot of this, the negative results has been priced in over the last couple of days. So I would expect us to start finding some kind of a base shortly. Okay, so for me today, quite simple, 12-minute charts again. I'm looking for price action to indicate a turn, and at this stage I have this sort of half engulfing green candle, but I do have a little gap at the bottom here, so I would expect price to come back, and I'm expecting us to find some kind of support in this area here. So what you want to do is just scroll to the left, and you will see that there is quite a bit of resistance in this area. So you can see there is another level there. So there's a breakout level there, and I don't really see another one in here. No. So the breakout level we're talking about is this inside tail. You can see that price hasn't come back to cover this tail. So there's a gap here. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for us to find some supports somewhere in this 49,400 area, and watch price action on the 12-minute, looking for either pin bars like this, engulfing like this, okay, and or an inside bar like this, red inside green. So I was looking for one of those patterns to take place, and ideally I'd like to see a double bottom in actual fact. So I'd like to see us come back down, test this area, and then start moving up. Okay, and I don't know why we don't have fractals here. I did say the fractals. It's just, there we go. Okay, so we're looking for some kind of support to be formed, and it obviously form a new high fractal, and then we're looking for a break of those fractals. So break of that fractal there would give us confidence that we're moving to the upside. If we do move to the downside here, you should expect to see a fractal over here, and then we're looking for that to break. Okay, so that's kind of my view on the Aussie at the moment. I am definitely looking for us to find some form of support down here. Okay, and this is probably the most logical one at the moment, followed by that area there. Okay, so somewhere in this area we should find some support, and that's what I'm going to be looking for. Okay guys, so that's my view on the Aussie today. I hope it helps, and stay safe, keep those stops tight, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Cheers, man.